welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. I am happy to have you guys here with me during this quarantine season. I know it's been a while, so I thought I would just take this time to make another video because, you know, I got nothing better to do. Little update right now, I am a senior in college. I just finished technically like my sophomore year, but credit-wise, I'm a little ahead. So I have some tips for you guys that I want to share about college and just ways you can thrive and ways you can be successful in college. This works for me, so everything I'm about to say may not be like right up your alley or right up your lane, but I feel like any of these tips you could use and like make them your own so that they fit how you work and how you thrive. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So tip number 1, I highly recommend getting a planner. A lot of people in college buy planners, right? But they don't use them. But I feel like actually using it and like taking it back to the middle school time tracker, like that's literally like your key to success. At the beginning of each semester, you're probably going to get a syllabus for each one of your classes. And according to each class, you'll have different assignments just kind of laid out for you. If they're nice, they do that. Some professors just kind of don't bother and they just kind of give it to you the day of, and we love those people. But anyways, if they do give you a syllabi, like highly recommend just taking an hour, 2 hours out of like the first week of school after you have everything and writing each assignment down. Like I promise you, it'll help you just feel more mentally free, more relaxed, and more like you have a strategy and a game plan to get through at least the next month. Tip number 2. Highly recommend finding a study spot, because a lot of the time in college you kind of try different things out. Like some people work really well in coffee shops, or some people like to work outside, or some people like the quietness of the library. Like it really just fluctuates depending on what type of study person you are. So little tip, if you are a very social person, do not study outside. Why? Because everyone is outside and you're gonna find yourself spending more time talking to people than you are actually doing your work. I tend to like finding a coffee shop, or even like the ones on campus or off campus, because I like white noise. So F5 function best with like people around me, but like not in my face and like not actually talking to them. Then coffee shops are really nice because you're surrounded by other people and other students who are just trying to get their work done, but you also have kind of like the white noise of people coming in, getting coffee, talking, so you don't feel like you're just alone with your thoughts trying to get through this homework, you know what I mean? Once you have that spot that you consistently go to, your brain kind of, once you get there, just thinks it's time to work, and this is where it happens. This is where the magic happens. Tip number 3 for college work and college assignments: start early. So many people in college are procrastinators, and that's not technically a bad thing, because I know a lot of different personalities work best under pressure. So if that's you, great, and if it works for you, awesome. But if you're one of those people that just kind of doesn't know how you work, highly recommend just starting early. So if you get an assignment one day, like literally if you just go onto Google Docs and type in like the title of the assignment, your name, the date, like everything, the heading, all of that jazz, you started it. You know what I mean? That's the hardest part, is just getting yourself to begin that process. So I know a lot of people get like a 10-page paper and they think, oh, it's not due for another 2 months, so I'm fine, I'm chilling, I don't gotta do anything about it now. And then before you know it, it's due tomorrow and you're like, I'm only on paragraph number 2. So
don't do that to yourself.
If you're not good at thriving under pressure, 10 out of 10, just recommend starting early while you can. I like to do it where maybe if I have like a 10-page paper, I write like a page a day for like 10 days, or I do like a page every other day, like that kind of thing. Some days you're going to feel more productive than others, so it really just depends on how you know you work and how you know you best thrive. But if you're anything like me, where you hate the idea of having to submit to a deadline and that something's going to go wrong, or you rather just take a day off, give yourself that cushion to take a day off if you need it, you know, because if it's due tomorrow, you can't really take a day off to just relax. So that will just help you mentally, I feel like, be more ready and more prepared, because everyone else we won't be doing that. And you're gonna feel like that one star in the classroom who's just on top of it all. It's a good feeling. 4th tip for you guys is to reward yourself. So I know, at least for me, when I have like really big assignments or like a really long homework day, I really like to get iced coffee shocker, I know, while I do it, because I'm like enjoying something at the same time doing something I don't particularly enjoy, and it honestly just makes the process that much more fun. But I also recommend like making a study playlist, just because some people work really well to music and some people don't. So if you don't, fine, that's all good. But if you do, if you just have a playlist of all these calm, soothing songs that just kind of, you know, act as a minor distraction so you feel like you're almost just chillaxing, then that's great, because you're more at ease and you're just more willing to kind of sit down, buckle down, and do what you gotta do. But you're also enjoying your iced coffee and you're also listening to like your favorite music. So I also do not recommend working hours and hours in a row. Why? Because you're gonna crack. And at a certain point, you stop actually caring about what you're doing and you're kind of just doing the business of things. Therefore, you're not gonna do it to the best of your ability. You're just trying to get it checked off and like get it off your list, you know? So what I would recommend to you is take breaks. And it sounds bad. I don't mean like take an hour long break after working 10 minutes. But say if you set a timer for I'm gonna work for 45 minutes straight, then it's okay to watch a 10-minute YouTube video in between then. I like to do that. I like to like take 10 minutes, put a 10-minute timer to like just scroll on Instagram for a bit and then put the phone away and then come back and then like do the whole process all over again. And honestly, I just think it keeps you sane and keeps you motivated to keep going because you get like a little refresher. Number five. Yeah, I'm in college, that's pretty ironic. I highly recommend getting alone time, because in college you're gonna want to socialize with everybody. At least your first year, everyone's dying to make friends. You want to just immerse yourself into this new world, like redefine who you are, make new relationships, find new friendships, and that's all beautiful, that's all great, but you're gonna overdo it to yourself. Not on purpose though, you know, like there's gonna be this fear of missing out. And I know that's not something that I struggle with now, but that's definitely something I struggled with freshman year, is thinking if I don't say yes to absolutely everything, then I'm missing out on a great opportunity. And honestly, you come to a point where you're just stretched so thin, you're exhausted and you just can't do anything else, you know? So it's okay to socialize, it's okay to go out, have fun, be with friends, meet new people, but at the same time, self-care and just having that alone time is so important and vital into making sure you're still sane and you're still on top of things and you're not just pleasing everybody else and getting lost in the chaos of socializing, you know, because you don't realize it as you're doing it. But if you really just try to build like a set structure of, I'm gonna take myself out on a coffee date, or I love to dance, so I'm gonna go dance in the dance room for like 30 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be a big chunk of your time, but just give yourself that time to kind of reconnect, rebuild with yourself, and then you can move on and go back to socializing. And this sixth tip is to start your day off with a routine. My morning routine before the college day is really just to get up, make my coffee, wash my face, sit down for 20 minutes and read the Bible. And then once I'm done doing my little devos, I listen to music and like I slowly get ready. So you maybe not be the type to like get up extra early to do that, but if you want to try something new, I really do recommend just waking up maybe 30 minutes earlier than you normally would, just so you can start your day off with some peace and start your day off with some routine. That way you have a solid foundation from where to go. Like, you're not starting your morning off in chaos and kind of like rushing to your next class, or forgetting to brush your teeth because you're already late for that presentation, you know? I just think prioritizing like calmness is so underrated and I do really recommend just doing that for yourself and doing yourself that favor. And then my final point, which is totally optional, as I mentioned before, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, so a lot of the time I get stressed about things, but I have a different way of approaching that stress than people who like aren't believers and stuff. So you can totally like change this or make it your own in any way that you think would best fit you and your beliefs and how you want to kind of structure your life. But I do my best, and I'm not perfect at it, but I try to pray before every assignment and before every exam. So if you feel like you're extra anxious about an assignment that's due, or a test you're about to take that you didn't study for, or you're just feeling way overwhelmed about all the homework and all the newness, just take a second before you begin all of that, before you get into studying, and just kind of breathe, thank God for where you are, thank God for the chance to be at college, to be learning, and just to pray for focus. Like, he wants to give that to you. He wants to help you make it and do your best that you can in college, you know? And I feel like just kind of reaching out and asking for help and being reminded that at the end of the day, school is not the biggest thing in the world. Like, there are more valuable things, there are more important things than what your grades say. That's a really healthy reminder to rehearse to yourself whenever you're feeling overwhelmed and just stressed out. If you're not a believer, that's totally fine. That's totally cool. But you can apply it in the same way of, like, if you ever just need to just sit and remind yourself that, okay, before I begin X, Y, and Z, I am a whole person. I am not this assignment. I am not these next few days of exams and pressure and stress, and there's so many more important things. College is great. College is a gift, but your days will move on one day, and the test that you took 5 minutes ago is not gonna matter 15 years from that point on, you know? Just kind of take some time to gain some perspective on where you are and where you want to be. Those are my 7, I think that was 7 tips to how to thrive and how to do well in college. I know my methods may not work for everybody. I'm just sharing what works for me, and I hope that if you're anything like me in terms of having trouble with adapting to change and newness, that these tips might offer you some comfort and offer you some help as you enter this new exciting chapter of college. All right, I'll see you guys later.